Coach Cam made this shit.
I'm Brittany Cron. This is Rex, and welcome to Jamie McCron and Rex. Did you know
that in old school Egypt, I don't know if that refers to like 30 years ago, but I mean like whenever there's like pharaohs and shit over there, that they would use crocodile dung for birth control. I don't know why.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, I wish I knew more, but I really don't.
My guess,
I kind of just stopped there.
it would work pretty well today, because if I smelt your crocodile shit breath, I'm probably not hitting.
Okay, so that's implying that you think they had the luxury of it being inserted orally.
I
have a different idea.
Yeah, I don't think that is how it works, but that's the only. I don't.
And two, you're also forgetting that they did not have toilet paper in these days. So they probably smelled that anyways.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's not like everybody walked around with like Listerine and like wet wipes. Like that's probably what that stuff smelled like all the time.
Yeah.
I think the Egyptians were like decently clean about that, but I mean, still, like how clean can you be? Like Egypt's really fucking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know shit's just heating up all day.
Literally.
Yeah. So in that spirit of things, I also looked up the 10 worst forms of birth control throughout history.
Oh no.
The first one that pops up is lemons. I could kind of see that though. Like if I'm like a medieval doctor or something, and like I bite into a lemon, I'm like, dude, like surely that could kill sperm, right? Like that is fucking intense. Like, okay, so this method dates back to the Talmud. Women would soak sponges in lemon juice before inserting them into the vagina. The idea was the citric acid spermicidal properties would prevent impregnation. That's gross. Mercury.
Yeah, that seems like a bad one.
I feel like it could work though. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know which queen. Like I like Queen Elizabeth something. She would. That's how she kept her skin like looking so like porcelain white, which was really ideal in the time, and it ended up killing her. Because I mean, she would literally just apply mercury to her face every day. Coca-Cola. In the 1950s, I mean, I know they haven't been around that long, so it had to be somewhere in that time. But it's crazy that at some point we thought that Coca-Cola like could kill sperm, but we're just like we still drink that.
Yeah.
Like, you ever seen those videos of like people like putting like a rusty screw in a cup and pouring Coke in there, and apparently,
Oh yeah.
like, we drink that. Like, I don't know. That's just so weird to me.
Yeah. We just don't give a fuck.
Animal intestines. That's a weird guy.
Yeah.
That's a weird guy to think that. And unfortunately, I have like been in the same room where somebody has opened a lambskin condom. And
Really?
Yeah, because I used to have a buddy that was allergic to latex, so he would have to like get that stuff. And he
I've never
said it
even
smells
seen
atrocious.
one. Yeah.
They're yeah. I mean they
Do they sell them at like normal places?
Yeah, you can get them like
I've never seen it.
yeah.
I never looked for it, to be fair.
Yeah, because I'm not like, oh, you know, I'm about to have sex. Let me get the intestines of this lamb. But, yeah, I mean, it smells, like, really bad. It's really off-putting. Goddamn, there's just... I was going to say there's so many things I'd rather do than that, but not really. There's really only one, and it's just raw dog. That's literally everything else I'd rather do than wear a lambskin condom.
Yeah.
Blacksmith water. And yeah, this isn't like a brand of water. It's literally the water left over that blacksmiths use.
I was about to say, man, what what a weird rep you got.
Those ancient Greeks, always mindful of waste, found a way to reuse the water that blacksmiths used to cool materials. Some thought drinking it would prevent pregnancy. The idea persisted up through World War I, when women volunteered to work in factories for the free exposure to lead. That can't be why, right? Of course, exposure to lead can also it can cause lots of other health problems. So pregnancy was the least of their concerns. Weasel testicles.
Weasel testicles.
Yeah, I don't know. That one really doesn't have that much of explaining. It's just Just straight up weasel testicles. Crocodile poop. Yeah, that's fair. That's probably the most left field kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cotton. That makes sense to me. Yeah, you're like, that absorbs shit. You know, maybe if we just like stuff her like a teddy bear, we can just like pull that back out. Yeah. Hope that was a good start to this episode.
Yeah. Lots of weird things in history.
That's genuinely my favorite category.
Yeah.
More so, like, I really like history, but I think the real thing I like about history is the weird shit throughout history.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I just like knowing that, like, weird shit. Like, Napoleon's weird poems that he wrote. Like, he's a really sexual guy. And they're just, like, really funny. He's like...
Really?
Yeah, because he's like writing love letters talking about, like, wanting to lay on some woman's tits and stuff. And I'm like, you go, man. You know? That's pretty fucking cool. How's your week been, buddy?
It's been good. I've been a little more organized.
How so?
In my life. So, a couple of things that I added is I've been watching the Pat Mac listening. I don't watch it at all.
Yeah.
I just say watching whenever I talk about a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've been listening to the Pat McAfee show. It's Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And it keeps me just updated on everything sports, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's a streamer that I watch. I usually watch him, like, whenever I'm cooking and shit like that. That's usually what, like, I watch it late at night. But then the other thing that I've been doing is I've been listening to a book. I actually got sold on a book.
Fuck yeah. What book?
The 2% Way.
God damn it. I've been asking you to read the Project Hail Mary for, it really not that long, probably like 2 months.
Yeah.
But, so what is it? What is it, buddy?
So, it's also something that I realized. I kind of the only books that have sold me was Greenlight, which was Matthew McConaughey's autobiography, and then this guy who I actually don't know his name, his autobiography. What sold me on him is he was an NFL player who went and became a brain surgeon. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, that usually doesn't happen in that order.
No, it's kind of wild.
What do you play?
He played defensive back. He was a cornerback.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And, like, the thing that I thought, he was on the Pat McAfee show. He talked about it, and that's kind of what sold me for it. But, yeah, I just thought that alone was enough to be like, all right, I want to hear about this.
Are you like, so what do you listen to and on? Like, are
Audible.
you listening? Oh, okay. I didn't know if
Yeah.
you was like reading or listening to it. How long is it?
I think it's like almost 7 hours, like 6 hours, 45 minutes.
Yeah, I love that shit. Like, because I really do like autobiographies.
Yeah.
But, like, I like when they're short. Like,
Is that short?
huh?
Is that short?
Relatively, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's really, 6 hours really isn't too bad. Because I don't know, you'll see some that are like crazy long. I actually kind of want to read Frederick Douglass's. Mm-hmm. He used to be a slave, and that's what he was writing about. But like, I was like, dude, that shit is gonna be so fucking long. You know, like, don't get me wrong, like, that's probably a story worth listening to, but like,
Yeah.
god damn, you know?
Yeah.
But it's only like 3 hours long or something. And I'm
Really?
like, god damn, yeah.
That's crazy, too.
Yeah, so I went ahead and got that, 'cause I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll hear about that shit. But
Yeah. I think just like a non-autobiography, because like I could watch a depiction of someone's life. I can't think of what it's called when it's a
Biopic?
movie. A biopic, yeah.
Yeah.
I could watch a biopic, and like there's some, obviously we talked about the Tyson one coming up. We're super excited about it.
Yeah.
But like that is something I can listen to and be like, I'm not missing that much visually. Whenever I listen to a story that's just fiction, it feels like I'm missing components. It feels like
Yeah.
I should be watching it. It feels like, and
Yeah.
I get that I'm getting the more in-depth, I'm able to have a longer story with it, but I'm just like, this could be a movie that I could be watching.
Well, see, I think what's so good about like listening to books is like, I guess if you maybe have read some of the author's works before, like you kind of know what you're getting into. Mm-hmm. But with movies, other things can happen to fuck it up. Books,
Yeah.
I feel like there's not really as many component
Components.
yeah, components that like fuck it up. But like, if you watch a movie, there's a lot of different things that could fuck it up. Whether it's like a bad fucking soundtrack can kind of set off a movie for me.
Yeah.
I would say because it can either really help or really be like, why the fuck is that being played? You know? But I mean, even just
how it's shot sometimes.
Yeah, how it's shot, not good.
The shaky cams.
Yeah, directors' input on it can fuck up. Like, there's so many things that can just go wrong with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, movies are kind of like that too, because I mean, if you know the director and shit, you kind of have a good idea of what to expect and shit. But like, because I actually, dude, Mike Tyson's autobiography, The Undisputed Truth, is 20 hours long.
I'll probably end up getting it.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't you listen to it on fast forward?
Yes.
What speed do you listen to?
Like 1.6 or
Really?
something. It took a little bit for me to build up to that, but I was like, dude, I want to get this shit going because it takes off like a 20-hour book. I could probably get done in like 13 to 14 hours now, and that's so fucking great to me.
Yeah. I'd say I'm not like, there's no goals attached to mine. So for me, I don't mind hearing someone talk at a pretty slow pace. But I've heard, like, sometimes, like, you be listening to a book and, like, you just have it playing out loud. It's jarring to a point that I can't do it hearing the fast forward voice. It fucking, like, hurts my, like, it just, I hate it so much.
It did me too at first, but, like, I just went up a little at a time. And, like, I don't know, I watch, I haven't in a while, but, like, PewDiePie, he watches, like, YouTube in that speed. Like he'll watch videos and like review them at like 2 speed, and you'll hear him like commentate on something that was just said. I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? I'm like, how did you process that?
Yeah.
But I mean, I get it. Maybe with like people like him, you know, he's like, I got a lot of shit to do. You know, like I want to get through this fucking video, or like I'm sure he listens to his books like that. He's like, I want to get through this fucking shit. I got other stuff to do today.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to get to a certain goal this year, so I mainly and like depending on whoever's doing the like speaking, like some of them will take like long pauses, and I'm like, dude, come on, like what the fuck are you doing? Yeah,
I like that stuff. I like the dramatic pauses and stuff.
Well, sometimes it's not even dramatic pause.
Yeah,
they just take like a while to do something, and I'm like, god damn, like come on, like. But no, I'm super excited about reading Tyson's because I'm reading a book right now, and I got like 4 hours left. Then I'm reading Tom Segura's book, and then I'm immediately going to dive into Mike Tyson's. I don't know a smooth transition into Tyson's, but I don't know. I'm super excited for that one.
That's something that music is the only one, and we both don't feel this way at all, but I think music is the only medium that like you need that transition a lot of times. Like it's hard to just go from like a hardcore rap song right into like Frank Sinatra. Like we do that, but I don't think that's a normal fucking thing to do.
Especially in like 3-minute intervals.
Yeah.
It's good to have like a transition and shit, but like, with
a
movies,
movie?
you're sitting there for like an hour and a half plus, and you're like, I would kind of like to go from this horror movie to like a comedy or something.
And then books feel the same way. Like, I could easily just go from like a horror book to a book that's just funny as fuck.
Yeah, sometimes I really need it too, because like I think I read like 6 horror books in a row, and I was like, dude, I need to do something else. Like, I think I'm becoming paranoid. but no, it's I don't know what's all like. I wonder how much shit that's going to be in that Tyson book that I'm going to be like genuinely surprised, because like I wasn't raised on Tyson. Yeah, because like I didn't grow up watching him. I grew up watching his highlights, so I wasn't like alive during that. But I don't know. Tyson's also kind of a crazy person. He has I don't think he's the one narrating it, but he has a lot to. I don't think he's the one writing it either, but I think there's an actual professional writer writing it out, being told by Tyson pretty much what he once said.
Yeah. I think I like having something every morning that, like, whenever I first wake up, I listen. Yeah. That's what I do whenever I'm kind of just, like, waking up, maybe scrolling social media, whatever I'm going to do. Now I have, like, that, and that kind of just, like, gets me out of bed. Yeah. And it gets me to, like, I don't know, I like having that. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I have something that I need to do. Yeah. That's really nice for me. Usually the only days that I have that is Friday, because I listen to all the new music that came out. Yeah. So I like having that every day. I'm super excited for that Tyson book now, because this being like almost 7 hours, I'm already almost done.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and just like, I don't want to shell out the money for books.
Yeah.
So I want to wait my 1 month and then I get my 1 free credit. So
yeah. Yeah, I would, whenever that point does come and you get Tyson's book, apparently Undisputed Truth is the one to go with. That's
Okay.
the one I got, but apparently that's like the best because I
Okay.
think he has a couple of books or people have written biographies about him, but
Yeah.
the Undisputed Truth is like his.
Awesome.
I wish in scenarios like that when there's like an autobiography or like the documentary that like The Last Dance, for example, like it's a 90s Chicago Bulls documentary, but it's really a Michael Jordan documentary. So much so that Jordan had the final say in it.
Yes.
I really wish in scenarios like that they had, obviously the one Jordan approved. I think it's important too that it said like what Jordan wants to say and stuff. But I also wish the non-Jordan approved one was there.
Yeah.
Like all the like the unedited shit, the one Jordan, because Jordan didn't let some shit fly. I know it wasn't just like, oh man, that's kind of devastating on my image. Go ahead, put it out there.
Yeah.
He's not that modest of a fucking guy. There's no way that like I don't think probably half the shit that was going to be on there got thrown into the final cut.
Yeah. Well, I think probably more probably like about equal, I would say, of what you just said. I think also I think that his final say was probably just saying like, make sure these things are included as well.
Yeah.
Like there were certain things that I think that he probably was like, I'm not signing off on this if like these things are not in here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wonder if there was like any more they would have explored into if it wasn't for Jordan's like heavy involvement, because obviously you need that heavy involvement for Jordan and cooperation for this to work. But like, I don't know. I feel like we didn't get all the dirt because like it definitely there's some parts that shows Jordan's like human side.
Yeah.
And kind of makes him look vulnerable, but I have seen so much stuff about Jordan just not being a good guy. Like, even recently, that video that came out about those kids, like, asking him for his autograph, and he told them, like, what, shut the fuck up or something, or fuck off.
Yeah, they're like, LaMelo.
Yeah.
And then he's like, it's not LaMelo. And then he's like, hey, put that camera down, put the camera. And then they put it down, and they're like, can we get an autograph? He's like, no. And then they put the camera back up. He's like, hey, put that down, put that down.
Yeah. Like, I saw a tweet responding to that, and somebody said, yeah, I don't think this guy would have helped out the Looney Tunes in Space Jam. Like, I want to see that shit too. I don't know if we have that sitting in an archive somewhere, and they're just kind of like, I don't know when we can, but like, because he really doesn't seem like the best person. And that's the kind of documentaries I want to see. Not because, like, I want to not like Jordan, but everybody that knows about Jordan knows he's not that great of a guy.
Yeah.
So when we see shit like that, we're just like, that's not the full Jordan documentary, you know? Like, there's other shit. Like, I don't know. There's just... I honestly think that shit's really interesting. It's not going to make me hate Jordan. It's obviously not going to make me love him, because we all kind of know it.
Yeah.
It's not like an expose. It's not like if you release a documentary about LeBron's shitty things, because as far as I know, LeBron's not a shitty person.
Yeah.
So that would kind of, like, change how I see him.
Yeah.
But
I think
I wouldn't see Jordan in any different fucking light if I saw like a compilation of him just like punching kids in the head. I'd be like, yeah, that's Jordan. That's the GOAT. You know, I mean, what can you do about it?
Yeah.
It was the 90s.
And I wonder how much different it would have been if they were like, this is a Jordan documentary. Because it was around those 6-7 years of the Bulls.
Yeah.
So I wonder how different it would have been if it did deep dive into Jordan playing baseball, Jordan's going to Space Jam, Jordan going to the Wizards, all the Jordan with the gambling and
I
all
wonder
that.
if we are going to get that documentary. Like, not a Chicago Bulls documentary, but a Jordan, like Jordan's life kind of thing. Who hasn't gotten a biopic that you'd want to see, or maybe even release like an autobiography that you'd want to hear from?
Does LeBron have one? I think it should wait a little bit, but
kind of. Isn't it like The Love of the Game or something? Remember, it's like remember the fucking theme song for it was like Forever, and it was like with Drake, Eminem, Kanye.
that sounds
like Love of the Game or something. Is that right? Or
Maybe.
because obviously it can't be a complete biopic because I think it was made like years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't even. Maybe that was just like going over his high school career or something like that. But yeah, we haven't gotten like a legitimate one.
Yeah. I looked up Dennis Rodman autobiography, and he apparently has one. I know we watched the
That makes
documentary.
sense. Yeah.
So
I don't think that documentary was really good though. Like it was like
it had some moments that I was like, this is
Yeah.
why he's my favorite player ever.
yeah, it was neat, but I feel like I don't know, someone like Dennis Rodman could have been like done a lot better.
It should have been more.
Yeah.
The dude,
Yeah.
the dude's a weird guy. Like he just has a lot of shit going on in his life.
Yeah, and that's what I wanna hear from.
Yeah, it didn't need to be like an hour long, hour and a half.
He drove to the Piston Stadium intending on killing himself.
Yeah.
Like how's that not an episode of itself?
Yeah, and that was like a 2-minute
Yeah.
segment of that documentary.
And there's just like, oh, somebody stopped him, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad there's no more information about that. Yeah. But no, I don't know, unless like LeBron's not even someone who like really comes to mind with me, because with documentaries I kind of want to see more about older people, because with people who are like still playing or have played within the past like 10 years, we kind of know a lot more.
Of course.
But like what makes The Last Dance so good is that like not a lot of people, even people who's alive during that time, knew the like behind the scenes shit that was going on.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, I feel like you probably would.
Yeah. There would only be a couple. It feels like there would only be like a couple things. I was like, I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
most of it, I do think I'd be like, oh yeah, I do remember that. Like I kind of forgot about it, but I remember.
Yeah. And like if that took place nowadays, like Scottie Pippen would be tweeting that he's fucking done with his contract deals and shit, like you see players doing today. Like they just take the social media and then everybody knows about it.
So who comes to mind for you?
I honestly kind of want to fucking see one about Kyrie at this point.
I fucking love Kyrie.
I want him to have full control of it. Like, I don't want this to be someone like, oh yeah, we picked together pieces and stitched them together. No, I want Kyrie to have the full budget of whatever he wants to do. I don't care if he wants to make like a flat Earth documentary or just like a documentary about himself. I want him to have that full control. That is an interesting guy to me.
I looked up.
Do you imagine that's how he announces he's going to LA? Through his own biography that he releases?
That's sick.
Yep.
That's a cool ass way of doing it.
God damn. Could you imagine doing that every single time he left a team?
Oh my god.
We'd have, 3 autobiographies by Kyrie now?
People who most deserve biopics but don't have one yet. Number 1, Albert Einstein.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fair.
2, and I think this person is getting one, Bob Ross. I think I've seen something about maybe him getting one.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Fuck would play him.
This is my new answer, by the way.
Okay.
3, Frank Sinatra. Yes.
I want that one so bad. I do and I don't. I know that guy had to be a piece of shit.
Yeah. But
I know he had to be a piece of shit. And, Frank Sinatra Jr. is not alive anymore, is he? Because, fuck, that would be a good guest star. God damn, that'd be a good guest star.
that was gross.
It was really gross. I think it went somewhere else, too.
No. Frank Sinatra Jr. passed away in March 16th of 2016.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think he was with us anymore because, god damn, that would have been a hell of a...
Back to an earlier episode that we talked about. Place of death, Daytona Beach, Florida. Everyone goes to Florida to die. That's just...
Yeah.
If you are going to die, you go to Florida.
That is not where I want to go to die, but I feel like I don't know if it's people go there to die, because I know older people go there because, the temperature and shit, but,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that or, people go there and then they die. You know?
It's really both.
Dude, do you remember the fucking zombie from, really not that long ago? The dude who just ate that hobo's fucking face?
Yeah, the bath salt thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't know.
I don't know who this is.
Marie Curie. I know that name.
Okay.
Marie Curie.
I don't.
I don't know.
She died of radiation poisoning.
I was going to say radiation.
She discovered an element. She discovered I don't know why I'm reading this in reverse.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. That's a hell of a way to discover radiation.
I can't. I was just trying to like search for the highlight, and I just saw she died of radiation poisoning, and then I look right above that in the sentence right before that says she discovered an element, and then right before that it said she discovered radiation. I was like, I could have just read this in reverse. And
man, boy, did she discover the fuck out of that element.
Number 5, Bob Marley. That's weird that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense that it hasn't happened.
Do you remember that weird resurgence of Bob Marley?
I mean,
I don't know, maybe the
still,
scumbags I went to middle school with were different.
He's still pretty popular.
Yeah, but
like,
pretty popular, but I mean, like, seeing people, like, wear it, like, you don't see that as often. You definitely still do.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, there was a weird resurgence when I was in middle school of just people wearing Bob Marley shirts all the time and white girls dreading their hair and shit. Mm-hmm. It was a really weird time.
The next...
In general.
Yeah. I think this is another one that I believe is happening. I think I've seen it. Vincent Van Gogh.
Who the fuck would play Vincent Van Gogh?
I don't fucking know.
God damn. Who the fuck would play Vincent Van Gogh? Ooh,
Take it.
Fassbender?
No.
Oh, fuck.
It makes perfect sense. No. It came out in 2018. William Defoe.
Oh, it's already out.
Yeah.
And
this is a pretty dated list, as you can probably tell. But
in that same spirit, Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know if they're on the list.
That dude died in not his own clothing outside of a voting booth on the street.
There might be a reason he doesn't have a biopic. I don't think people fucking know.
What happened?
I feel like there's just so much mystery with him.
But I think that also it doesn't have to be like a 100% this happened, but like even the Marilyn Monroe tapes that came out where there is a certain way that she died that like it's like in the case file that's how she died, but they're like, well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe the Kennedys, believe it or not, were actually bad people. And maybe they had something to do with it. So I'd like to see something like that, like kind of like a in-depth look on. There probably is. There's probably, but like just exploring stuff like that. Like whether they go like a documentary series or a biopic.
Yeah,
I think either way would be good.
This is another one that I would be really excited for. David Bowie. The reason for me, is, and it doesn't even actually have to be about David Bowie. Black Star, his last album, just. Speaking of, like, for an artist to just be like, this is it. I am about to die. And then to die is just so eerie.
And then he did it.
Like, it's just so eerie that he's just talking about death the way he does.
He called it.
He fucking did, bro. And it's crazy.
You want to hear something crazy about him? That I probably wouldn't be in the biopic? He is probably, like, a very, very, very good chance that he is the reason for the demolition of the Berlin Wall.
I'm sorry. What?
He released a song, performed it in East Berlin, and it was, I can't remember what the song was, but it was essentially about that. About, like, tearing the wall down. And people from West Berlin were, like, rushing the fucking wall, singing the song at the wall. And I think he's the one that, like, really started the movement, and then Reagan's lazy ass is the one who just made the speech while it was happening. Mm-hmm. Like...
Wow, that's actually... I didn't know that. That's really crazy.
Yeah, David Bowie kind of doesn't fucking miss. You know, he's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
Who else is on that list?
Number 8, Dr. Seuss.
He's going to say Strange. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want that one.
We've talked about him in a previous episode.
I don't know why when I picture Dr. Seuss, I picture that he looks like the Colonel.
Have you seen him?
Oh, that is what he looks like.
Yeah. I... for the longest, just thought he looked exactly like Cat in the Hat. I don't know why, but I just pictured that was him.
That's actually really fair. Who would play him?
Probably because
just like looks alone.
Kid.
Yeah, that's fair. It's probably because I was stupid. Like just looks alone. Who do you think could play him? Ugh.
I can't think of a human being on Earth that looks like him.
He looks like just such a regular white guy too.
I don't know. I was trying to think of any actor
Jack Black.
that has his nose. Is all I was trying to think of.
You could go Nick from New Girl. Go Jake Johnson for Dr. Seuss.
Why not?
I'm down.
Number 9, Benjamin Franklin.
Oh yeah, yeah. I want to see that dude's Jack. I think Jack Black could play that one. I actually kind of like that one because apparently Ben was not allowed to like write the Declaration. Like he wasn't allowed to be like the sole holder of it because they knew he would fuck with it in some way. They was like, we don't trust this dude to not write just something fucking goofy in here. Yeah, and he's just banging bitches everywhere. Ben seems like a pretty cool dude. The guy who's credited, I didn't know he was the one credited for the discovery or invention of electricity.
Yeah.
Like, I knew about his key thing.
Yeah.
Key in the kite, but I always thought it was Thomas Edison who gets, like, the credit for it. Maybe he gets the credit for harnessing it. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I didn't think him just, like, getting zapped was, like...
That's where I've always heard. It was like, that's how he did it. But
yeah.
I don't even think that's true. Like,
I think that's a tall tale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dude's on a $100 bill. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
He wasn't even a president. He gets to be on a $100 bill.
Don't need to be, apparently.
That kicks tits.
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln got the penny.
Poor guy.
And what, the $2 bill?
I don't believe so. Who's on the $2?
I don't know who it is, but you're wrong.
I don't think it's him, because I think it's someone I don't know.
I just love situations like that. I don't know. You're not right.
Who was on the $2 bill? Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
So you are wrong.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just knew you wasn't right.
Yeah.
Number 10, and the last one, George Washington.
Yeah, and that's another one that I need to be the Jordan documentary I'm talking about hypothetically. Like, I don't want this to be a Last Dance. Obviously, I don't think George Washington's getting final say in this biopic, but I want this to be a fucking historically accurate, like, George Washington had a shit ton of kids. Well, no, I think I'm thinking of Thomas Jefferson in that way. I don't think George Washington owned slaves, but I don't think he made love to them like Thomas Jefferson did. Which, I don't know if that's props or not, but yeah, I want that. I want those details of that dude, like, just kind of being a scumbag.
Yeah. Bud, how was your week?
Oh, fuck, I didn't even think about that. That week wasn't too bad. Nothing too crazy. I finished a book that made me feel dumb as shit. Project Hail Mary. I actually finally read that myself.
Okay.
Loved it. But
what exactly is it about? Because you just said it's space, so you'll like it.
Yeah, and see, that's a lot of what I knew about it.
Yeah, that's a good selling point for me.
And he wrote The Martian.
Yeah.
But it's about this guy who wakes up on a spacecraft. He wakes up, there's like a mechanical arm taking care of him. He has no idea what the fuck's going on. Mm-hmm. And he sees, like, there's 2 other people in the room with him. They're dead, and he's just trying to piece things together. And as he goes, he's slowly remembering why he's there, and then he starts to, like, know he needs to complete the mission because there's like this like microorganism that's eating the energy from the sun. So they have to like find a solution to it now, because if not, in 30 years, it's going to like cause an ice age. So he and what was his crew were the sole people responsible for going to another galaxy and finding out like why there's a star that has like astrophage, but it's not being, well, and that's what the microorganism's called, but it's not being consumed by it. So, and then he like, he come across some shit, and it's cool because it does that like back and forth stuff, and it's a really good fucking book.
It seems awesome.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be completely honest with you, and I just added it to my wish list, I couldn't remember the name. Is another reason I didn't buy it.
Oh yeah, Project Hail Mary.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah.
It's
I just added it back on, or I added it to my wish list so I don't forget again. But
he just does so much like ball and shit in that, like, because he has no idea where he's at. So he's like, okay, I know the velocity and shit. Like if I was in Earth's gravitational pull, or if I'm in just the Milky Way in general, I know the gravitational pull. So he does experiments about like dropping shit on the ground and timing it, and like figuring out the velocity of it and figuring out the gravitational pull that's being experienced in that ship.
They go so hard.
Oh my god, dude! It's so much crazy shit that it made they explained it in like a very good way because he's a science teacher for like a high school. So I mean, I guess that's probably why they explain it, because he's used to explaining complicated shit. But like, god, I would be, obviously there's a reason why I wouldn't just wake up in a fucking spaceship, but like I would be fucked.
Yeah,
because like even just like basic shit, I probably would just overthink. I'd probably like kill myself like 5 minutes in. I'd be like, I have no idea what to do, you know? Because like I would just try to find a phone, didn't find a phone, I'm done. Like I'm like, there's nothing I can really do, you know? Like I can't save humanity, you know? Like what the fuck do you want me to do? But no, this guy is just fucking good.
I've always wished that I had that singular interest. Because like
killing yourself?
No, obviously not. No, because like that's not someone, like you can't be that damn good at knowing that and be also like really into like fashion and into video games and into like you can't have 40 different hobbies and be that good at that one.
Yeah, that's actually a really big issue of mine.
Yeah.
It's because, like, I have just, like, surface knowledge of a lot of things, but if you go into detail about almost any of those, I'm like, I didn't look that far into it. Like, I'm not interested in one topic enough to be like, this is my fucking path. Like, I want to know everything about this. Like, I kind of just tune out after a little bit, and I'm like, now I kind of want to look up why wombats shit in cubes, you know? Now I know that.
Like, yeah, and that's how I feel. Is like, there are some subjects that I feel like I'm relatively smart at, but if I only focused in on that, like I think I'd be pretty damn smart about it. But I'm just not. There's just so much shit that fascinates me that I kind of wish I had that one singular thing that. Yeah, I was like, that's it. That's the thing.
So I actually want to watch a podcast. I think I sent you the TikTok leading into it, but it's about Johnny Kim. Do you remember that name?
No.
He's the guy that's an astronaut, a Navy SEAL, and a doctor. It's like a 4-hour-long podcast, and like with that same spirit of mind of like just being a master of one.
Yeah.
Like this dude has lived like multiple lifetimes.
Yes.
And even being one of those is crazy. Being two of those is wild.
Through the roof.
But it's probably been done. Like maybe a Navy SEAL being a doctor.
Yeah.
Maybe that's happened before. But being all three of those, like that is determination that's just foreign to me. Like that. Like I cannot comprehend that.
There's only like one person I think that's ever been depicted like that. Johnny Sins.
God damn it.
I was trying to think of...
Right before you said it, I was like, God damn, who's that? I was like, God damn it, it's porn. It's porn. It's always been porn.
The guy who's done everything. He's been everything.
God damn. But no, because he talks about, like, his dad trying to kill him when he's, like, 10 years old and shit, and...
Oh, my God.
Dude, it's fucking... He talked his dad out of killing them.
All right, send me the link to that podcast. I'm gonna get through it this week.
I have been very much delaying it because I'm like, I am going to feel like a lazy sack of shit.
Yeah.
When I watch that.
Yeah, that's how I've been feeling lately with the whole
that's why
the book that I've been listening to, because he's just talking about how like I don't know, how his like motivation and how he does things, and I'm just like, I need to get better. I just need to be better at what I do.
Yeah, and I just don't know what I'm like. What do I want to like hammer in on? Like I'm like I want this to be what I'm known for. Like I want this to be my connection. I want to be an expert in this.
Podcasting.
An expert in podcasting?
You're the podcast goat.
I don't even know where you start with that. You just know everything about podcasts?
I don't think so. Because I don't think
I really don't want to know everything about podcasts.
Yeah. I don't think if you listen to a podcast that's talking about podcasts, I think you just went down the rabbit hole. I don't think that's like the GOAT.
Yeah, I honestly don't think the GOAT of podcast opens up a a podcast talking about women shoving lemons up their cooch.
Yeah.
They're like, that is the best podcaster who has ever lived. So, did you know women used to shove crocodile shit up their cooch?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's not. But did you see for a little bit, Rogan got dethroned?
Goddamn, I knew Rogan was going to be brought up.
Well, Rogan is the GOAT.
I know. But, like, I knew it was going to happen. I was like, who's going to do it? Because I was about to.
Did you see he got dethroned for a Batman podcast?
Yes. That's actually kind of old, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I couldn't imagine that it was like a brand new one that dethrones Rogan.
Yeah.
Can't happen.
No, I mean the news of it.
Yeah, it's a little old, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's... I wonder if that still stands.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't think that... I bet the Batman movie helped them a lot.
Yeah.
And people wanted to know more shit about Batman in general. And then, like, their numbers went through the roof. And then...
Yeah.
But Rogan's just consistent. He's always... Yeah. He's just got
But
the craziest fan base.
Even that's wild to me, because that's not like a DC podcast.
No. It's Batman.
It's not even not a superhero. Or not even, it's just Batman. And granted, the world of Batman's crazy. I mean,
there's a lot.
We could probably start a podcast just talking about Batman's villains.
Yeah.
And we'd get some good time. But I know there's always comics being released, there's always a movie being released, but at what point are they just like kind of out? Like,
yeah.
That's
like,
why it's kind of scary to focus on one thing that's not ever going, like sports or like movies, or just you kind of do what we do and just literally talk about everything under the sun.
And not everything or anything. What is it? Everything All at Once? Something. Everything All at Once. The new movie. I heard it's so good.
I've seen some stills from that. It looks wild.
You know, just this week, I just got something spoiled for Doctor Strange. This week.
It's on Disney now.
I know.
Yeah.
It pissed me off so bad. I was like, it just now?
Yeah.
Like, I've held out for so long.
We went
now.
so much longer not seeing Spider-Man, and it didn't get spoiled.
Yeah, it pissed me off.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to try to make time to watch that. I think it's a little above 2 hours on Disney now.
But before we get too far away from it, what is your song of the week?
Before that, I think I want to just say my week was decent.
Oh, I guess you never did answer. We talked about your week, but not so bad of a week. Yeah.
This week I tried to just stop listening to 2 albums only.
I've been slow.
Yeah,
I've been scared to go back and listen to them because I'm like,
I feel like I want to relapse.
Yeah, I'm going to go back down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, so I've been trying to listen to like a bunch of different shit. It's been a wild week because I was like, oh, I know for a fact that at the end of this week, my song of the week is going to be "Achy Breaky Heart" by Billy Ray.
Okay.
And then, like, a day later, I was like, no, it's 100% going to be "Hottie" by Brockhampton.
Wait, that was mine, Justin. Yeah, that was mine. Like,
it's a really good song.
It'd be hitting.
Yeah. And then now I'm, like, really sure it's Frank Ocean's entire discography.
Oh, yeah.
But I think if I just had to hammer it down to the song that's been standing out this week, I guess I'll go "In My Room" by Frank. God damn, it's good. That and DHL. I'm waiting for the fucking whatever, if that is leading up to something, because they have the little boxes on the side that looks like they're different song. And I don't. It kind of pisses me off, but why we love Frank. But
yeah,
god damn, those songs just go crazy. Have you ever attached anybody, like the memory of anybody, to a Frank song?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have specifically tried to not do that with Frank songs, because I don't want to ruin any Frank songs. You know?
I said we've talked about this in the past, but like that's not something that I usually do.
Yeah.
Like even if I'm dating someone and I'm like, this is our song.
Well, no, there's got to be sometimes you can't help it, though. Like, even if you don't make it audible that, like, oh, I think, like, not even in, like, the corny way of, like, oh, I think about you when I think of the song. Like, even, like, maybe you're just in a romantic part of your life, or maybe you have feelings for somebody, you hear a song, and it just kind of, I don't know, you make that, like, what's that called when you don't do it on purpose, or you just don't, like...
Subliminal... Yeah, whatever that
subconscious.
Was. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you subconsciously, like, make that connection to him, even if you don't mean to.
Yeah.
You know, because, like, whenever I was in middle school, I heard Whatever You Like by T.I., and I thought about this one girl, and it still connects.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean...
Even though she's fat now. I still think about you, baby. Come back.
Yeah, it probably every now and then I'll probably do that, but not to the point that I'm like
Where it, like,
I
sticks.
notice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think there's no.
So I don't have a good memory. This dementia's whooping my ass.
I would say it's creeping up, but that is running like Usain Bolt, man. It's on my ass. So, in my room is the song of the week for you?
Yeah. I mean, you could just put Frank's entire discography up and just like toss a dart, and you're probably right. But yeah. Pyramids was also slapping yesterday when I was in the shower. God damn. Don't say that. That sounds like you were in the shower.
Yeah. I remember.
God damn, that was good.
Not a great shower, but
It was a long shower. That was the third song that popped up, and I was like, I can't get out of the shower right now.
it's a fuck.
What's your song of the week?
So a couple songs been hitting this week. I thought I kind of had like a similar week to you, where I was like, this is definitely it.
Yeah.
I went back and re-listened to a couple albums that I didn't give a real chance to. I went back and re-listened to Denzel Curry's album. It's good.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn good.
What, his new one?
Yeah. Melt My Eyes or some shit. Melt My Eyes, See Your Future.
That's neat.
Yeah.
That's a neat title.
I had 2 songs saved off of it the first time I listened to it. Now pretty much every time I listen to it, I save another 1 or 2. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really grown on me. I really like it a lot. I thought a song from it would be on there. I thought a song from Ben Staples' newest album would be on there because I went back and re-listened to it.
I have not been keeping up with music lately. I didn't even know Vince dropped an album, man.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
I listened to it and it kind of was just like, it's just different from what I liked from Vince. It's just different.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's kind of strayed away from that older Vince shit.
And so I kind of didn't give it a real chance the first time. And then I actually saw a post saying it was like the most underrated album of the year. And I was like, I'm one of those people. Let me go back. So listen to it. It's fucking great. I really like it. I thought it'd be the only song I like off of Drake's new album, Jimmy Cook's, the one with 21.
Yeah, because when you said Drake's new album, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, I really love that song. But it came down to 2 songs. The runner-up, Black Sheep from Metric. It was really close. But I'm going to go with St. Pablo from Kanye.
Oh, wow.
Because I've been listening to the hell out of some T-Lop. The Life of
Sounds
Pablo.
gross. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That just sounds gross. T-Lop. What, is that... So, with that being your song of the week, is that your favorite song from the album, or just the one that's been hitting the most, or is there a song you like from the album more, but that just didn't hit as much this week?
No More Parties in L.A. was close, but I think it was already our song of the week. Is the only reason I didn't pick it.
I guarantee it has.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I didn't pick it. But those 2 are usually the standouts for me.
Yeah.
30 Hours, I love that song, but damn, the 4-minute outro of that song pisses me off so much.
Famous is really good.
Yeah,
Damn.
I've loved that album. Every time I go back and
They're
listen
really
to
good
it,
album,
I'm always surprised by how good it is.
Yeah. I think it always kind of takes me off guard how much I like that album.
Yeah.
Because, that's an album that I think kind of strikes me every time. Because, like, I don't know, I'll hear one song from it, and I'll be like, I need to go back and listen to that, like, entire album.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I always forget about it in his discography for whatever reason, even though it's definitely a top 5, right?
It was easily top 5.
Yeah.
I don't think many people would disagree with that.
Yeah.
I was
it's
going to say
definitely
top
gotta be a
3.
5. That's where it gets to maybe,
Yeah.
but
It just depends on it, how much you like Graduation, College Dropout, stuff like that.
I like Yeezus more than both of those. I love Yeezus.
I do too.
Hold My Liquor is like one of my favorite songs by Kanye.
Same.
And it's, goddamn, it's so good.
Yeah.
Black Skinhead is so fucking
I
good.
hate-
Blood on the Leaves.
I hate ranking his albums the same way I hate ranking Tyler albums. Because I just feel disrespectful for whatever I put at the bottom.
Unless you wanted to put the fucking,
Jesus King.
I forgot about that one. But no, I was thinking of like, what's the good music?
Cruel Summer.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of the one that. But I mean, that's in all fairness, that's not really a Kanye album.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is kind of the universally what's put last.
Yeah. You usually get those two at the bottom.
Yeah. But maybe we could wrap this up with a little sporty guy talk
Okay,
from sports guy Brendan himself.
that's right. The NBA's been crazy. We had the NBA.
That's a mild way of putting it too.
Yeah, we'll start with we'll work our way up with what we have more to say.
Okay.
NBA draft seemed like you couldn't miss. There was 3 picks that are just like fucking phenomenal.
Fuck you. Because you can if you're a Knicks fan or you're a Kings fan.
The Knicks blew it.
Who, like, they intentionally went out of their way to blow it. Because, like, even,
Yeah.
like, you saying that you're not a scouting report, I'm
Yeah.
not a scouting report, but, like, yes, there was, like, if you landed in the top 30, if you got
Yeah.
a pick in the top 30, it looked like you couldn't lose. Like,
Yeah,
there was just
yeah.
somebody there to grab.
Yeah.
But the Knicks managed not to grab anybody. I don't know how they fucking did it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. We lost people.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
crazy.
I don't know how you get involved with the draft and you lose people.
Yeah, I think more of what I meant is the top 3 picks
yeah.
were like they're
yeah.
being talked about like they're like the future of the franchise.
Juan Blanco from Duke.
Is that how you say his name?
I don't know.
I
have
don't
no
know how
idea.
to say his name.
Honestly, I could see him not being a top pick because he looks like he's in
Dying?
bad condition. Yeah, like not looks because I mean he
yeah,
looks
yeah.
fine, but like, goddamn, it is scary
He loses
watching
like
him.
20 pounds during games.
Yeah, and he has to drink like so much liquid a game, and you'll see him on the side being like his cramps being rubbed out. Like,
Yeah, that's because he's
God damn.
losing so much weight.
how the fuck does that happen?
I
Like,
don't know. Apparently, later into the season,
yeah,
and the reason he went as high as he did is because later into the season, I heard that like he kind of figured out some stuff that'll fix it. Like
Goddamn.
it's a lot
Yeah.
better.
Only took 20 years. God damn, that's scary. I've never
It is.
seen anything like that. I'm like,
Me
holy
neither.
shit, why does he keep playing? Because
Yeah,
like, if I
it's
played
scary.
my first basketball game when I was like 8 and I started getting hellacious cramps, I'd be like, okay, maybe athletics isn't my thing. You
Yeah.
know? But yeah, you had him.
I didn't know he was a
Chet.
power forward. I thought he was
That
a small.
still doesn't seem right.
I thought he was a small forward.
Yeah, he honestly seems more like a guard to me.
He was a score first, so
Yeah.
I thought he was. But yeah, all 3 of the top 3 picks were power forwards. Again, Chet is 7 foot. I thought he was a center.
Who the fuck was the center for that team? Goddamn, yeah.
Don't know, but he's a power forward.
He plays for OKC now, which I'm not.
I
the
like
biggest- I'm not. I just don't like OK. I've never really cared for OKC that much. Like I don't know. I just don't really care for Oklahoma. I guess like that's not the most exciting thing. I don't know. Like
Yeah, I get that.
so, it's him, Sky Alexander.
No, Jabari something. But
Oh no, not the top 3.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
talking about
Oh,
in
okay, okay.
OKC.
yeah,
It's that goofy little white dude,
yes.
Chet, the big
Yes.
goofy white dude, and Sky Alexander.
I think so.
I don't know
It's
how you...
cracking me up so fucking bad, like so hard that they're like, please, for the love of God, come up with a new nickname. But we're calling them the Slim Towers or the Thin Towers. It's so good.
Yeah, no, you don't need to touch that. That's
Yeah.
fucking great.
Yeah, and then Jabari Smith went 3rd, which the betting odds had Jabari Smith at 1. Chet was like locked at 2.
Yeah. It was just who was going to be first between him and Blanchero or
Yeah.
Blancho or Blumpkin or whatever.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the Blumpkin dude from Duke.
yeah, I thought it was a good. From what I seen, Jaden Ivey was like easily the 4th.
Pacers? Is that the dude that went to the Pacers?
No, he went to the Pistons.
Who went to the Pacers?
He played for Purdue.
Okay.
I was thinking that maybe that's what
Who's
you
the
thought.
dude that's saying he's like better than LeBron?
Oh,
Who said like LeBron's going to have to pull up the
I don't.
next game or something
I don't
like
remember.
that?
I don't remember.
He's already talking fucking wild. And
Yeah.
I just...
Did you see? Well, I mean, that's how Chet's been talking. They were like, "Who's the best player in the NBA?" He said, "Me when I get drafted."
Yeah, but that's every dumbass that gets
Yeah.
drafted. You know, they're like, "Oh, I'm the best."
Yeah.
But like, I don't. That's why I miss. Like, that's why I wish we had like just complete dickheads like Jordan in the league still, because like he would fuck him up that game.
Yeah.
But I just want stuff like I don't know, because like I feel like I feel like LeBron definitely has the mentality of like he could just go in there and slam on him and just like kind of shut him up. But like Jordan would not let that dude score.
Oh yeah.
Like no matter the position, he's like, I'm guarding that dude. He's not going to score a fucking point, and it probably would happen like that. Like I don't know. I just feel like there's like a lot of people that need to be humbled. That's like not humbled in the sense of like how Kwame Brown was humbled by Jordan, but you know, not completely ruin their career and their mental health.
Yeah.
But no, that is always just fun to see. It's always cool to see like rookies like talking big shit too. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then the other biggest thing is I would just say the Nets in general. Is there anything else NBA wise? I mean, there is like I saw some Lakers news that I thought was pretty interesting.
I mean, Westbrook straight up threatened Skip Bayless.
That's good. That's really good. They signed Shaquille O'Neal. I think it's how do you say it?
Sharif.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
O'Neal. They signed Shaq's son.
Yeah, little boy
Yeah.
Shaq.
Cool to see him in a Lakers jersey.
Wasn't he having like legitimate heart problems or something? Like, didn't he have like a reason he couldn't play?
I don't know.
Oh, the Lakers signed him?
Yeah, he signed to the Lakers.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
So wait, he got signed. So like he didn't
He didn't make the draft. Like
really?
He wasn't drafted in the first 2 rounds. Yeah, he missed.
Wow.
He went undrafted. Yeah. Shaq actually, I saw that Shaq said he didn't believe he should enter the draft.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because he wasn't going to get drafted, but
wow,
even being signed, it's probably worth it.
I mean, but worth it to what degree? Like, I mean, like you're rich either way, you know.
Yeah.
He's probably someone who could maybe benefit from staying in college a
Probably.
little bit longer, maybe honing his skills. And I don't. Where did he go to school? Did he just follow the
I don't
LSU
know.
route, or
I don't know.
I don't think I remember hearing college stuff about him.
Not too much.
Because I think probably why he didn't get drafted is I'm pretty sure he like didn't play basketball last year because he had a heart thing going on.
Yeah,
Like I thought I remember hearing shit about that, but yeah, the Nets.
the Nets are the big one. So first and foremost, we got Kyrie.
We got Kyrie,
I love
my favorite shit starter in the NBA. He could go to the Knicks. You know, I mean that's always a possibility.
possibly why they're trying to clear up so much cap space because that is their thing right now. They're like
I'm tired of them doing.
we have no cap space. We're gonna make sure we have all the cap space.
Yeah. And then we're not going to get them, and then we're just going to get somebody who was good like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I know their routine.
So he has to go to the Lakers. I'm going to go through all the teams. Lakers, obviously playing with LeBron. He just went on a podcast and praised LeBron and said that
right.
He was kind of
Yeah, it took him a couple years of not winning a championship without LeBron to be like, fuck.
yeah, he kind of jumped. He even said was like, if I was still with LeBron, like how great it would be and everything. Clippers, I love that team up. Him, Paul George, and
Kawhi.
And Kawhi is
Paul
just
George and Kawhi are just boring to me. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm still rooting for like Kawhi to get, but the Clippers are kind of boring to me. You know,
I just don't like the Clippers more than I don't
Yeah,
like them.
I think that's more of the problem. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. The Lob City made it cool for a little bit, but even then, they were still the Clippers. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know,
The Heat, they're just good. Like they're just
yeah. Kyle Lowry's like, you know, it's fine. I'm not here or anything.
Mavericks.
I don't like that.
Really?
Yeah, Mavericks are kind of like the Clippers to me, where they're kind of just boring, and I don't
Yeah.
want to see like a player I like and that can be super exciting to play for the Mavericks. You know?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I think with the Heat, obviously, he's like with Jimmy Butler. I think you obviously just immediately see the impact. He's great. Not much to say.
Yeah,
I think
you're
on the
talking like the push to maybe give Jimmy Butler a title.
yes, Mavericks. I feel like it's a weird fit.
I
'Cause
feel like that still might not be enough for them to
it just
win
feels
title.
weird because like Luka kind of wants to make the play, and Kyrie wants to make the play too.
Yeah,
Because
and-
Kyrie is done playing the point guard. He does not want to play point guard. He wants to be a true two. That's why he just told James Harden, "Hey, you're the point guard now."
Yeah,
So it just feels like a weird fit. But
yeah.
I get why he's. It seems like he wants to go to a championship team. And the last 76ers, no fucking way he wants to play with James Harden again.
He's a menace, man. He's a fucking menace.
That one stood out. And then the very last one that really stands out, the Knicks.
Wow. You don't want to play for a championship team.
Yeah. You name 5 championship teams and then go, and the Knicks.
Unless there's something he knows that we don't about the Knicks. Maybe they're planning something. I don't know. They're probably not.
Maybe he thinks that if he goes, he can recruit others, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the Knicks, I mean, you wouldn't guess it by looking at the roster, but they are like a really desirable destination for people. I mean, across sport. I mean, being rich in New York is a pretty big draw.
Yeah.
But it's not. It really hasn't been. The only person we've drawn with that appeal is Julius Randle and Derrick Rose. And, I mean, awesome. But, I mean, goddamn, you know?
Yeah.
Where do you think he's going? Because I heard LeBron is working out in New York still.
Yeah, so this is what I think is the biggest thing. Lakers don't have cap space. They have to do a trade.
Yeah, I think we know.
I don't think that trade goes through. I don't think they're trading for Westbrook, and I don't see that anyone else goes to trade.
I don't see that being a two-way trade. Like maybe like a 3-way trade scenario of where if Kyrie is just straight up refusing to play for him, they're like, fine, fuck it. We'll just get rid of him. We'll get somebody. But, you know?
Right now, it seems like the Lakers they're building around Westbrook, as weird as that is. Like, they're building, because the coach said that he understands the problems. Their new coach said, I get it, I understood the problems of last year, we're going to make it better. They've already said that their biggest...
So they're doubling down with Westbrook.
They're doubling down. They said the number one thing they need to do, they need to get a stretch center. They need to get someone who's going to open up the floor so Westbrook can drive.
Stay alive, too.
Yeah, because they want Westbrook to drive. Because that's what he's good at.
I mean, dude, it's not a bad shooter either, though. And there's just been something off.
I don't
know if you double down with that or.
Well, I think someone's probably a better shooter when they can drive. But if you let someone shoot,
options, because if they just shoot, they're not going to have the option to drive, or
exactly.
Vice versa.
And I think that was the problem is they had like Dwight Howard down there.
Yeah,
and
don't stretch shit.
Yeah, so I think that like there was always someone in the center, and then you're having like Westbrook do like turnaround jumpers mid range, and that's not his game. So maybe we see the improvement. I don't know, but it just doesn't seem like that's going to work. I don't think so. As much as everyone wants it to, I want it to.
I do too. I hate seeing Westbrook being talked about like this because I mean he's really not a bad player, but he's being like bullied one line by everybody. And I mean I get it. He's had a really really bad season. I mean, honestly, in recent years, probably one of the biggest falls from grace.
It was weird
without like a thing to point to.
Yeah,
you know, because I mean you could look at Derrick Rose, but you're like, well, there's 2 things I can point out on Derrick Rose to tell you why. But with Westbrook, it's just like, what the fuck's going on? You know?
Yeah. And he does have the player option, so he can just be a free agent.
Yeah.
But they don't have the cap space, so he would have to re-sign, and then the trade would have to go through.
Yeah.
Clippers, same scenario. I don't think they get rid of... I mean, they're not going to get rid of Paul George. They're not going to get rid of Kawhi.
No.
I don't know what else they trade.
Team.
Yeah.
That's a deadly backcourt, dude.
Yeah. Defensively, crazy.
Oh, my God.
They're already good defensively. The Knicks...
That would be a good scenario for him if he doesn't want to be the point guard, because, I mean, Paul George can take that spot over fine. He really doesn't do bad there.
Yeah. Then you have the Knicks, who I think have that space. I think he could just...
just got rid of Kemba Walker and pretty much all hope if we don't get Kyrie.
Yeah. I think that's... If he really wants to go to the Knicks, I think he could just drop, become free agent, sign with the Knicks. I don't think there's going to be much problem. I think they have the cap space. Heat, I can't imagine they do. I've seen...
I couldn't imagine.
Harrow gets traded regardless, is what I've seen. He's like the trade guy.
He just got 6-man.
Don't know why. Don't know.
Did you rub something? It sounded like your bones creaked.
Oh.
Because you went...
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, shit.
No. I've seen, Harrow's getting traded. If they're making a trade, he's on the trade block.
I bet you can find an edit of him in a Knicks jersey
now. I bet you could. Mavericks? They don't have shit to trade. They might have the cap space.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Mark Cuban's got money.
Yeah.
Probably just give him some Cuban money.
And the Sixers, I don't think they want him. I'm going to be real with you. I haven't seen a single thing saying he's going to the Sixers. I don't think the Sixers are wanting him. I think they're doubling down on James Harden.
I don't know what the fuck the Sixers were missing.
Playoff players. Tobias Harris is a bum in the playoffs. James Harden plays like a bum in the playoffs.
Joel was a beast in the playoffs. He's a beast, but he did good in the playoffs.
He did, but he used to not.
Yeah.
So he's gotten a lot fucking better in the playoffs.
That dude was the MVP.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I like Jokic, but Joel Embiid was the fucking MVP this year. He got robbed on that.
For sure.
But
so I think, I don't know. We got to see like the 3-way trades and all the crazy shit that's going to happen, but I don't think he ends up being on the Nets.
yeah.
But KD has
Apparently
said
they already took him off the website of
Oh.
like the like where you buy tickets and shit. Like it's just Steph Curry, not Steph Curry. The fuck's his brother's name?
Seth?
Yeah, Seth Curry and KD, and there's a blank spot of where Kyrie used to be.
wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like about where he's going to end up, but
Yeah.
KD is pretty much saying at this point, if they don't get the Kyrie shit figured out, he's gone too.
God damn, they better figure out something or they're just losing it fucking all.
Yeah. Today I saw
God, where the fuck could KD go?
KD is losing faith in the Nets management when it comes to handling the Kyrie situation,
Dude, who the fuck can handle Kyrie in the NBA?
and hasn't talked to anyone from the team in weeks. They're
They're
both gone. They're
KD
both
and
gone.
Kyrie are fucking menaces, dude. I couldn't imagine being the team that has to manage them both.
Also, I think it's really funny that Kyrie's like, I want to get traded. And KD's like, if he's traded, I want to go. And immediately you have Damian Lillard going, we want KD. Not the guy who is saying, I
Yeah.
want traded.
KD in Portland.
That team would be fucking good.
Hopefully.
I think so.
I mean, on paper, it looked like this Nets team was going to be the fucking shit. But, I don't know. I feel like Damian Lillard being the clear leader of that team, having, like good standing with that team for a while, I feel like KD could come in there and just, like, kind of know the situation. Instead of, like, being in Brooklyn where they all just got there and they're just like, whose fucking team is this? You know? So, I don't know. I mean, Damian Lillard he needs something.
Yeah.
He needs better players.
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
on a different team, but-
Mostly better players.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, he's gotten them to the second round.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he did last year, but I think
he was hurt all year last year. I think they missed
Yeah.
the playoffs last year.
I think so too. But yeah, I mean, he was able to get them consistently to the playoffs with pretty much just him and CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
So, I mean, goddamn, please get that dude something.
Yeah.
That's the dude that should be making threats to walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, not KD who just got there, but I mean, I get his frustrations too. But goddamn, if there's anybody in the league that should be bitching right now, it's Damian Lillard.
Yeah. I
Goddamn,
agree.
dude, he's such a nice guy to bitch about something.
I know.
You know,
Quit
Goddamn.
rapping and start bitching. So do you think? Because KD's obviously not a free agent, so he's getting traded.
Yeah.
What the hell does the Blazers have to trade for this guy?
Who do they get in exchange for CJ? Yeah, I honestly don't even know who the fuck they have, so that's kind of a tough question for me, but I don't know. That's another thing that might have to work out as like a three-way trade.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Portland having what the Nets need. I don't know what the fuck the Nets need. I don't think they know what the Nets fucking need.
Trailblazers received Josh Hart. One player who was traded they traded to the Jazz.
Yeah.
Another player who they traded to the Spurs. And
Goddamn.
someone I've never heard of. And draft compensation is what it says.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like they really got shit out of that.
No.
I don't know what the fuck they have. I don't know what the fuck they could have to get KD, but I don't know. That's why the NBA is always so fun. Because the off season is always so wild.
Yeah. That's why I've been loving the NFL is the offseason. It's just been crazy.
It's big, yeah, because I feel like it used to not be like that crazy. Like you kind of knew, like with both sports.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it just feel like it started to get crazy, like whenever you saw the big three form in Boston, and then LeBron's decision. Like that was a wild offseason. God damn, that was fucking crazy. People burning his jerseys and shit, and him just saying that they were going to win 6 championships. God damn. I miss South Beach LeBron.
I do too.
He actually made Florida look kind of cool.
I can't believe he got robbed out of a three-peat. They turned
goddamn Mavericks.
They turned the AC off on him. He got cramps and went out in the game.
Fucking Mavericks beat him. I always forget how good that fucking Spurs team was. Especially, like, they had Kawhi then, too.
Yeah, well...
Like, god damn, that was a stacked-ass Spurs team.
Let me see.
Yeah, they got dicked by the Spurs. They got dicked by... I can't believe Dallas beat them. I'm so
that one breaks my
that.
heart. But
I know.
I didn't realize how good that Mavericks team was. They swept Kobe. What other team did they beat going? They beat another really good
Clippers?
team. Maybe.
Because who was all the good teams in the West back then? It was like the Lakers, the Clippers, Mavericks, Spurs.
Yeah, but I don't remember who it was. But yeah, they swept. I remember they swept Kobe. They beat another really good team. I think they swept them too, and then they beat the Heat. And it's like that team wasn't fucking around.
Dirk's the fucking man.
He really is
good. That's got to be like one of the hardest people to guard in NBA history. Like, what the fuck do you do about him?
Yeah. Apparently, since we're talking about the Spurs, not the Spurs, John Collins from the Hawks said he's done with the Hawks. I thought that was kind of a crazy thing.
Cool.
I mean, he's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
The Spurs really like Hawks forward DeAndre Hunter. Pop said he is a Kawhi Leonard potential.
Oh, shit. I trust Pop.
I do too.
That shit too. So
a lot of people are thinking that trade's going to go down for.
Oh, I like that.
I do too.
I like the shit out of that. I love Pop, dude.
He just seems like such a smart coach.
Well, ain't a likable dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just like someone who's like, oh, he seems pretty good, but like, he just seems like such a likable dude. And god damn, is he good at what he does.
Yeah. Oh, one more sports thing.
You say one more goddamn.
I'm sorry. I just remembered this.
I'm about to piss myself.
The trading Clay, people are saying that Golden State doesn't want to do that because they don't want to be looked at the same way the dude in The Last Dance was.
Yep. Oh, shit.
Yeah, they were like, we're not going to be the guy who breaks up the dynasty. I think that's so smart.
There's a lot more context to it, though. It's the guy who intentionally wanted to ruin the dynasty instead of like them just being like kind of a smart management of like, we should probably nip this in the bud before like we just have 80-year-old players who was good 30 years ago, you know? But I don't know. Because, I mean, dude, if you got rid of like Clay right now, you could get something good out of it.
I don't think
like
they should,
that stock value on Clay's got to be good, right?
It's got to be good, but at the same time, I don't think you do it.
Oh yeah, as a fan, I say keep him. I mean, I think you still got some good years ahead of them, but
you got some good years out of those players, and then you have pull for the future.
You got some.
Let's go.
Whoever's fucking drafted for the Warriors, I think you just leave it up to that motherfucker. I think he's got it. Don't trade people. Just let the draft guy do what the fuck he does.